And welcome everybody to this week's KubeVirt community meeting and the first one of 2025. It is the 8th of January. I hope you're all having a good day wherever and whenever you are. Before we get started, let me post the agenda link, the new agenda link into chat. It should be business as usual for everyone. Oh yeah, and if you could please put your name down in the attendees, that would be really good. It's really handy to know who was attending these meetings. Before we continue, is there anyone who is new today that would like to introduce themselves, or has, even if you've attended this meeting before, if you've never wanted to introduce yourself, now is a great time for it. I'm going to mute and please just pipe up.
Hey everyone, I'm Mohit here, and this is the first meeting I'm attending. And basically, I'm still a student who's attending a university, and then I recently came across this organization, and I was looking ahead to contribute to it.
Awesome, welcome.
Hi, and I've joined a couple of these before now, but always been rather busy to actually introduce myself. So I've joined Civo as which is a cloud services provider, and we're making extensive use of KubeVirt. So just looking to join these meetings every now and again, just to keep an eye on things.
Awesome. Welcome, David. And I think I recognize everyone else's names. And so from that, we will continue. Yeah, welcome. Feel free, if you're not used to this, if you've got something you'd like to add to our agenda or the open floor, by all means, throw it on there. Even if you think of it late, we always comb through back when we get to the end, just in case someone's added something while we've been talking. If you've got a pull request or a bug or anything like that hasn't got the eyes you expected, I do a triage of things that haven't had any comments for a week, but by all means, put them in the relevant sections and we'll look through them in this meeting when we get to that spot. So without any further ado, and if you have any issues with editing this, there's instructions at the top of this document which tell you that you need to add yourself to the KubeVirt Dev Google group, and that'll give you immediate edit rights to this document. Alrighty, so let's have a quick check in with schedule. Where are we? The 8th of January. So next week, it looks like we'll be getting our beta tag. And then it's 12th of February, we've got the feature freeze. And we're, of course, tracking for a 5th of March GA for the KubeVirt version 1.5 release. Following the mailing list thread from this week or last week, you will find these milestones now in the KubeVirt calendar. Think of how to get there easily, so just trust me. They are in fact there. There is a CFP open. Container Days is open until March 31st. There's also a bunch of, I haven't managed to add them on here yet. There is a bunch of KubeCons, which have CFPs open. There is KubeCon India, Japan, and China, I think, all have their CFPs open now. The latter two close, I think, at the start of February. So I'll post them there either today or tomorrow morning for that. Or you can just, Google them and find the CFP information. And I've also added the sessions for FOSDEM, which will be happening in just a couple of weeks in Belgium. It's missing one that I'm aware of, which is Daniel's. Okay, there is nothing on the agenda, so we'll move on to the open floor. Speaking of FOSDEM, I am looking for volunteers for anyone to help with demos for FOSDEM. This could be as simple as, hey, I had to demo a thing, I have the video, do you want it? The answer is always yes, please send it to me. Please let me know it exists. Or similarly, if you've got a bit of time in the next, 3 weeks before FOSDEM, and you're able to help put something together. I haven't actually had to run KubeVirt CI in a really long time, an embarrassing amount of time. And so it'll take me forever to actually build a demo. So if this is all pretty habitual for you, I would really appreciate your help, especially if it's not going to be too much trouble. And also if you've got some, if you know some features that are, you can think of a useful way for us to easily demonstrate them, even if you don't have time necessarily to put together the demo, please let me know and I can see if I can find someone to help out there. Yeah, so that's it from me. We've got, since the last time we met, which is I think 3 weeks ago, we've got 3 new design proposals. We'll have a very quick look at them now. Okay, this is from Arel. Arel, you are in this meeting, so you may as well take the 10 to 20 seconds to quickly talk about what this is.
Thank you. So this one is brand new, actually. Don't think that anyone has gotten to see it, even not internally. So this design proposal is talking about adding an API to set the link state of virtual interfaces up and down for VMs that you just created or VMs that are currently running. And also it proposes a report of the current link state for every VNIC. It's a very nice and short one.
Thank you. So that is there. Yeah, I didn't realize it was quite so new when I put it on the document. Yeah, if you get a chance, if that rings any of your bells, please give that a review. Number 2. Is anyone on this call able to talk briefly about this one?
Yeah, it was a design proposal suggested by Daniel Sionov, but I think he couldn't make it today for the meeting. So, in general, we received some feedback that it could be preferable to configure Virt.io GPO as the default video model for KubeVirt virtual machines, and this is what this design proposal is talking about. And as far as I know, there is already active discussion in the design proposal itself. So anyone who is interested could take a look in this PR.
There can always be more discussion. And finally, we have something about ejecting CD-ROMs. Michael, I believe you're also in this meeting.
Yes.
How's it going? Are you able to talk quickly about this?
Yeah, so this is definitely something that is long overdue. What came up in discussing this is that we don't have a declarative hot plug API yet, and it seems that it may be a higher priority item to do a declarative hot plug first, and then have that integrate with this. But yeah, I think that's kind of where we're at now. So I may start working on a declarative hot plug specification or proposal.
Okay, and that's been kicked around for a while now, right?
Declarative. Well, so we have a declarative hot plug for CPU and memory, just not for volumes. Right now, if you want to add a volume, we have a add volume sub resource API. So and what the declarative one for volumes would do is you could, update the VM spec directly and the changes would get propagated rather than going through a sub-resource API.
Gotcha. Cool. Thank you. And my simple takeaway from this is that hey, this is cool, but we should actually wait for your follow-up declarative API design proposal before we spend too much time looking at this.
Yeah, I think what'll probably happen is I will take out this proposal goes into a lot of mechanics about how the sub-resource API is going to be updated to support CD-ROMs, and that stuff will all be removed. And it will just say, this is the API. You can add a CD-ROM that doesn't have a matching volume. That's kind of unique now. All devices have to have a volume. So and that will basically be the specification. So it'll be very simple. And it'll say, the disk will get injected into the VM either via, sub-resource or declarative hot plug API.
Cool. Thank you. So cool your jets on this one just for a week or two. I see a couple of comments in chat before we move on. What kind of level of demo I'm looking for? I think it's FOSDEM, so I think a range of getting started, potentially migrating or importing a machine, a virtual machine from a foreign platform, and then anything that's feature-based. So we're involved in the CNCF booth. We'll have a few sessions there. There's also the OKD crew are at the CoreOS, OKD, and someone else, RDO maybe, booth. And so if anyone's familiar with deploying through KubeVirt on a OKD, that would also be useful. We could give them those demos for them to run. Just kind of like have more KubeVirt kind of spread across multiple booths. Also, the Ceph crew reached out as a potential back when they were putting together a booth proposal. And so if anyone has any demos with KubeVirt and Ceph, we can potentially put that together and give that to the Ceph crew and have them put it there. And just blanket KubeVirt across multiple booths. And Mohit, that's great. Yeah, I might reach out to you after this meeting. Are you on the KubeVirt Dev Slack by any chance?
Yep, I'm there.
Perfect.
Sure.
Alrighty, we'll move on. We've got some pull requests that need attention. Vladik's also just thrown something in here. Vladik, do you want to quickly say something about that?
Yeah, maybe this is not relevant for this section. I just wanted to mention that we, with Lee's help, created the repo for the new enhancements. We'll need to choose some of the low-hanging fruits that could go to this repo for the 1.5 release, and then starting from 1.6, we will already try to execute this process through the new repo.
I heard through the grapevine that there's a link state management design proposal that's both small and nice. So that could be a low-hanging fruit.
Yep.
So is that something that you are going to go through design proposals and choose, or do you want people to ping you and say, hey, I've got a design proposal that would be good to move into the new repo?
I don't know, if someone is interested in giving it a try through the new process and be kind of the first one goes through this, then yeah, sure.
I will be happy to be the first design proposal in this new method.
It would be great. Thank you very much, Will.
As a bonus, you will review it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just reading Daniel's comment about main cluster using Ceph. All right, cool. Daniel, I might have a quick chat to you after this meeting. But for now, I need you to talk about all the PRs that you've put on here.
Yeah, hopefully you can hear me okay. Okay, thanks. So I think this is like caused during the long holiday session for everyone. So I will not like complain that no one picked them up, but I was just thinking maybe I could use a bit of like another pair of eyes on the PRs, which are actually like lying around for a couple of weeks already. So if anyone has like a bit of bandwidth to spare, I would be really appreciating like a review. Yeah, this one, what you're looking at is like this is just a proud job, which actually will automate the process of removing inactive users by using the tool that we wrote recently from the community inside the community repository. There is also, I think, like a basic run, so the job in general works already. Maybe I overlooked something, but yeah, so that might any reviewer interested in that topic. Maybe Eddie, you might be a candidate because you were one of the folks who were asking for an automated process because I agree that we should have automation that should just rule out like any like manual somehow like artificially looking yeah, we are removing these folks but we are not removing those, but a bot will do always the same stuff. So I think that should be fair to everyone. I hope that explains it well enough what we are trying to do. Okay. Yeah, then sorry, I didn't hear that.
Just thank you.
Hope it works. Hope it works. But yeah, so this should be just one of the first steps. I'm planning to also automate things like around like inactive reviews and stuff. So because the tool can do both, we might be able to create more automation with regards to cleaning up inactive reviewers and things. Yeah, this one is about giving the work groups and the SIGs like the right to edit their stuff, like the charter, for example, all by themselves. So that everyone who is SIG chair, for example, just can like change the charters if need be. So that's the only thing. I just added a bunch of owner files, basically. Yeah, and just needs an approve, I think, like an LTM it already has.
I should be able to get a look at that sometime this week.
Thank you very much. Yeah, this one is also like lying around a bit longer already. So this is like, we have the alumni, which is like former contributors to the project, and we want to remember them and honor their contributions. So we have this list of people, which initially was a markdown. And so we wanted to have like a data structure that we could automate additions towards. That's basically what this PR is trying to do. It's replacing the markdown, the pure markdown, with a generator that is based on a YAML file.
And I think it's also just waiting for an approval, no? Ah, it's got 2 LGTMs. I can approve that after this meeting. Are you still there, Daniel?
Yeah, I was muted. Sorry for that. Hopefully you hear me now. I don't know, because I had background noise. I didn't want to annoy you with that. So this one is about like cleaning up the code. Since I am part of the work group code quality, I wanted to go forth and demonstrate like the goodwill and see increase the readability. So therefore, I enabled like the Golang C island, integrated linting and coverage. And on that way, I cut down on several issues that are there. Yeah, if people are interested in cleanup, reviewing cleanup PRs, then please go ahead and do this. That would be great. Yeah, that's just the project
More
infra
of the
job
same.
that just enables the automation, so that these are going to run every time.
Cool.
Which is based on the previous one. So if the previous one goes in, we can merge the jobs for that.
I'm going to jimmy in on this as well. I love tapping in front of people. Membership policy related to your first one, which is also looking for some more feedback about updating our membership policy to include the removal of, this is basically just the governance surrounding the inactivity script.
Oh, Andrew, do I owe you a review on that one? I'm sorry for that. I missed that.
I think you've commented. I haven't come back and responded to those comments.
Oh,
but yeah, only 2 people have looked at it, and this is something that, you know, in any community, governance really affects anyone in the community. So just to put some more eyes onto that, it's there. Please look. I am also looking for someone else to have a look at this. So this is someone from the CNCF, which is part of their initiative is adding the OSSF scorecard. So this is something that we basically need to regularly pass going for graduation. This is something that I currently run as like a local container to check where we stand. Whereas this will automate that and put it on a dashboard along with a whole bunch of other scanners. So we'll throw it on here. So yeah, if someone could please have a look at that, that would be cool. And we've got oh wait, this looks like yours. So I'll take this up.
Yes, it was. So it was basically one of our old issue which was lying there, and it was basically updating the test cases to like a standard practice, and then it was like a very simple change for one of the test case, and I just like made the changes and made out this PR for it.
All right. Yeah, am I able to add anyone to this? Oh, I see that Michael and Lubo, you're in this meeting. Are we able to get any eyes onto review for this?
I can have a look to it.
Thank you. So that's going to be
FOSS.
every time, every time.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Okay, where are we? Thank you, Federico. Alrighty. So that brings us to our pull requests. So we've got a few things on the mailing list. There's a little bit more here than we normally would because it's been 3 weeks since the last meeting. Although I am really excited to say that there are no bugs came up in the triage, which is always nice. So this is a question that came through a few weeks ago about the CPU profile. Is there anyone out there who's able to help this person? Hello?
I was just wondering whether we are actually, whether that person is actually like trying to do local profiling with pprof when like there is like the CPU usage data and stuff is all exported by the health metrics, I think, from the virtual machine, right? So actually, I don't know the details, but normally what you would do would be to create like a Grafana dashboard and scrape the details from the virtual machine. I'm not an observability guy, but that should give you normally everything what you want. But yeah, he might be wanting to do like profiling more down the line somehow. So that might be the only reason. But this is the only thing I can say to that. So that you at least don't talk on your own. I hope I can help a bit.
Appreciate that. Igor, did you want to add to that?
Yeah.
It looked like you wanted to say something.
I can try to tackle that offline.
Okay.
I never had to play with it, but would be glad to respond.
Thanks a lot.
Sure.
This I maybe should have put in the design proposals, but that was for all new ones. So this one is a design proposal that's been out for a bit, and it looks as though it's incorporated a bunch of feedback, and they're now looking for final go no go. So yeah, just putting some awareness onto that. If you please take a look, if that interests you. And this one as well is just bringing a few more eyes to it. There's going to be a cluster upgrade this Friday in the morning of, European Union time-ish. 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. UTC. That's probably more useful to say. So there could be some delays. We are almost at the end of our agenda. We've just got a bunch of flaky text fixes. We'll go through these pretty quickly. So Jet owns 2 of them. Alex has 1 and Near. So great work, guys. Thank you very much. To remind myself. Is Jed here? He is.
I am, yes. Hi.
If you just want to help me out, because I've got no idea what's going on here. Yeah, quick 10 seconds as to what's going on here.
Sure, that was a while back, but basically the post-copy tests were killing Vert handler in the loop too quickly. And so we didn't see the result we were expecting because Vert handler didn't have time to update the object before getting killed again. So yeah, this changes it to getting killed only once, I think.
And while I've got you, I've got a second one. I think it's just changing the timeout, right?
Yep. I saw a test fail, and it was definitely a timeout issue, so just bumped it.
Thank you. I don't know if Alex is on the line. He's not, and is Near on the line? Near is on the line. Near, if you want to quickly talk about this.
Yes, that's the first part. Let me see on my phone.
Sorry, this is the using unprivileged pod.
Yeah. So this is split into two parts. This is the first one. Basically, we were using privileged pods for readiness and liveness probes, and there was no real reason to use those pods. I'm just trying to figure out if this is the first one of this or the second one. I think it is the first one. So what this PR does is it just uses unprivileged pods as a replacement.
Awesome. And what's the other one you alluded to?
The other one is a bug that I discovered while I was testing this one. There's a wrong use of pointer. And I could actually use a review for this one, though I don't have the number in front of me now. But it's a bug. It's actually an interesting bug. There's a pointer to a probe, to a readiness probe, and this pointer is used twice. What I mean is used actually multiple times. First, it's used with an IPv6 test, and it adds an IPv6 host to the test, to the probe, and then it's used again in an IPv4 test. And the person who wrote this test didn't notice that the host was already there, and the host is wrong, so it wasn't being removed. So the cleanup actually or the fix of this bug is to stop relying on this global pointer and to pass the probe to each test.
I think I've got that here. 13640 test network probes bug fix unintentional use of global pointer.
Yeah, that's the one.
All righty. Yeah, so if someone could please give this a review for Nia. Let me put it in the agenda. The mic scrub.
This would solve a flaky test scenario. This test was flaking a lot.
Is there anyone here that I can add their name to have a quick look at this?
Please add me.
That will be done. Thanks, Aurel, and thanks, Nia. That brings us to the bottom. I can't see anyone has added anything. So we'll wrap in just a second. But before we do go, just in case anyone has anything they would like to add, just verbally, just any lines of inspiration that's popped into your head, any questions, comments, or concerns you'd like to raise before we wrap up for the week. Jump in now. In which case, that is us for the KubeVirt community meeting this week. Thank you all very much for being here and for everything you do in the community. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day, wherever you are, wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot, guys.
See you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andrew.